Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out RV Daydream. As you guys may or may not know, I have two other channels, FoxBoss9 and LeboView. On those channels I have reviews of products and I also have repairs. Now most of my RV repairs are now done on this channel. However, there were quite a few repairs and items that I reviewed for RVs on my other channels previous. So what I'm going to do with you now is share with you one of those videos.
I've been riding on a daydream.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out LeboView. Today I'm going to do a review on an item that if you go camping and you need a little bit more area as far as protection, I've got a good canopy that I want to do a review on, so stay tuned. We'll go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so here we have the bag canopy. Now the first thing you're going to notice is it's a rather tall bag. I'm 6 foot and this thing comes up to my chin. This one is the Titan Shade by Caravan Canopy. In addition to the canopy itself, of course you get this bag, and the bag has stakes for ground support of the legs to keep the canopy from moving around. And also on the bag, let's go around to this side here, you can see it's got the wheels on it so you can roll it. Now I'll have to say, as far as a negative, whenever you roll this bag, the canopy has a tendency to want to move around inside the bag. Now that negative is because of a positive, and that is they make the bag large enough that you can get the canopy back in it with very little problems. We're going to go ahead and take this out of the bag and show you what it looks like, and try to put it up and point out some of the strong points of the canopy overall. So hang on. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay the bag down so you can access the zippers on the bottom. Both the zippers will go in both directions, obviously, and that basically makes the whole bottom open and hinge to where you can access everything, to where the whole item will come out. Just kind of slide the canopy out of the bag to where the feet touch the ground, and then once the feet touch the ground, you don't have to pull it anymore. You just lift it back up, and when it's up in the air, you can pull the canopy completely off the bag for the canopy. Alright, now let's go ahead and open it up. Alright, so here we have the canopy out of the bag, and we're going to go ahead, and my son's going to help us here because it needs two people really to put it up. Although one can do it, it's a little cumbersome and takes a little time. So what we're going to do is expand this out by grabbing these corners and just kind of walking it out. Once it gets so far, we're going to grab these center trusses and just lift it up and kind of wiggle it, and it'll expand itself pretty much to where it needs to be at. You're going to see some water running off this because we got caught in the rain a little bit earlier. Now once it's to this position, you're going to make sure you don't pinch your fingers, but you want to lift this up. There's some Velcro that's in here, and then just slide that and it'll lock in place with these locking rings. Now go to the back. Do the same thing. Lift this up and it'll lock in place. Now that that's done, go ahead and move it around to make sure that the base is at its fullest all the way around. And you just put your foot on the base and lift, and it'll lock in place. Now this is going to be the lowest setting in height for this canopy. I'm 6 foot. You can see I'm clearing it, and it'll still go up a couple more notches, quite a bit taller. There's some straps that are inside, you can see here, and they just latch onto one of the trusses inside, and there's 4 of them. Now there's some really good points about this canopy. Number one, when you're buying a canopy, be sure to realize that whenever you're buying a 10 by 10 canopy or an 8 by 8 canopy or a 12 by 12 canopy, they're referring to the distance underneath the feet. Basically, they're saying that it's 10 foot footprint. So 10 foot by 10 foot footprint. If you buy a slant leg canopy, even though you may buy 10 foot by 10 foot, you're going to get that 10 by 10 footprint, but slant legs will come up to only an 8 by 8 top. This is a straight leg, so the top is just as big as the bottom. So you're looking at 10 foot up here. The other thing is, this is a hammer tone finish that's on the 30 millimeter legs, that's a really thick leg. That hammer tone, what it does is help with paint chipping. It just adds a little bit more rigidity to the paint, and it looks nice. Also, inside on all four corners, there's Velcro. Now what that Velcro's for, and I'm going to put the link for not only this canopy here in the description down below, but I'm also going to put the link for the 3 solid sides and the zippered front that you can get for $60. All that for 60 bucks to go onto this canopy. It's already provisioned for it. Now that's really nice for a lot of things. If you're doing craft shows or swap meets, you can make it look more professional by giving it some back. If it's raining or the sun's coming in a certain direction, all that can be blocked out by those sides. So the link's down below for that. Also for the canopy. This is a 300 denier commercial grade. Now we've had this for about 3 years, and you can see that it's really held up well. We haven't scrubbed it or washed it. We haven't treated it with anything. We do take care of it. When it's wet, we make sure it's dry before we put it away. This isn't waterproof. It's water resistant, and that's the way most of them are. You got to pay like $800 for a really good waterproof canopy. This one will shed quite a bit of water though. Whenever it rains, it beads and it runs off. If it rains really hard and really fast and a lot of water comes down, you may get it to where it might want to try to pool up inside here. But for the most part, it doesn't. The inside has these trusses for cross supports, very nice to help these sidewalls from bowing in. Most of the canopies that you get, they have a truss support system that runs from the corners to the peak. These run across and to the middle, and then there is support that goes straight up to the top. The other nice thing about that is kind of a side note. When you're camping, you go out swimming or fishing, or you're doing some hand washing of some rags or towels or something, you can hang them out to dry on these trusses. It's just a nice thing also to have to be able to do. And you can't really do that with the other ones that have the trusses up the middle. Now again, I've had this for about 3 years, and it's been a really good canopy. This is the 3rd canopy that we've owned, and so far this one's lasted by far the longest and has looked the best over those 3 years. It covers a large area, and it also has that ability for those 3 sides, which we're probably going to get that in the future, but we didn't know for sure how well we were going to like the canopy. Well, after 3 years, I'm going to tell you, we like the canopy, so we'll be getting those sides also. So again, click the link down below. It'll take you right to it. I hope this persuaded you one way or the other. The company, Caravan Canopy, this is a Titan shade, is what the name of this one is. They're actually a tangible company. They have phone numbers that you can call and actually talk to people. They're in California, and you can get answers. The other thing is replacement parts. If you break your canopy, my brother-in-law broke his canopy, and he said, oh, it looks like I'm going to have to throw it away. Don't do that. You can buy replacement parts. You can buy all the little X braces that are inside, all the nuts and bolts, all the plastic that's inside that supports this if it does break. But I can say you're probably abusing it, or you got it caught in a windstorm or something that you broke it, because it just doesn't want to break from normal wear and tear. That I haven't had any problems at all with this. So again, it's up to you, but the links are down below for the items if you'd like to purchase it. Thanks for watching LeboView. Bye.